Hey.
Oh, wow. What a debacle. Sorry for all the struggles. We seem to have had two different Google Meets. Can I share my screen? Am I in a presenter? Yeah, I am too. Hey guys, many apologies for all the troubles here. Let's get started. Welcome. Who do we have? We got lots of people here. Hopefully the guys from the other Google Meet will also join. We're gonna do a demo day today. Greenpill demo day, Toronto in Google Slides. All right, here we go. So I've got a big lineup for you guys today, and we're gonna give 5 minutes to everyone. We might end up running over because we started 10 minutes later. My name is Cass. I have a real name, but this is what you will know me on online. So that's what I'm using today. I run Greenpill Toronto, and I've been saying in Greenpill several times that we should try and make these meetings a little bit more interactive, a little bit more celebrating stuff that we're building, stuff we're doing. So today is the first time that we're doing this. It'll be demo day number 1. And what we're doing is in Greenpill, we're building a ton of different stuff. There's Dev Guild, there's tons of chapters. Toronto is a chapter. Here we're building stuff as well. And we wanted to just showcase some of this cool stuff we're building. Today we're gonna use an Allo IRL for you guys to be able to vote. Everyone's going to get 100 points, and we're going to use a quadratic funding mechanism to let you guys vote as we go along here, which projects that you like and that you'd like to see funding. There's a little bit of money in the pot. There's a token, $100 bucks in the pot that I'm putting in, and it will distribute that quadratically based on everyone's vote. So we got people, John here from the Allo IRL project. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks for everything you're doing. And he's going to post the link in the chat for you guys to join. I'll show it here, but unfortunately you can't click that, obviously. So that's stupid for me to show, but there it is. So what we're going to do, it's going to be Allo IRL. This is the sort of user interface. When you log in, you'll get an OTP, one-time password. You got to check your email's spam filter. Check your spam inbox because the email might go there. And once you log on, you'll see all of the projects that we're going to be presenting here today. These are them, and we'll activate voting. I think that's what I need to do, and then you'll be able to vote, and then there's going to be a dashboard that John's going to help us show. Anything else on that, John, that you want to say?
This is like the 3rd time we're running an event, 4th time we're running an event, so there may be some bugs. Please let me know in chat if things are not working. I'll try to help you out, but yeah, we'd love to get any thoughts or feedback from y'all, and we're grateful that you guys want to try it out.
Which link do I click on here to see?
Actually, refresh. You should see all of them. It might just be cached.
And then, yeah, there we go.
So that's what people should see.
And where's the actual live dashboard?
Dashboard, let me drop that link in as well.
Yeah. All right, while you do that, we'll get started. We're not going to lose too much more time here. So we're going to have a lot of presentations here. I'll do some of them, but then I'll have the various founders do their presentations as well. Lisan's going to present Sacred, which is a tipping protocol. Antoine's going to present T-Coin. Marv is going to talk about his podcast, which is all regen aligned. Irfan's going to talk about Snooze Up. Sal about Commune AI. Decentralized AI incentivization. I'll talk about Chain Crew, which is a DAO with dollars. Idlir is going to talk about Smart Trust, which is a freelancer escrow with no middlemen or with less middlemen. And Nathan's going to talk about MetaFundWe, and hopefully I'll wrap it up all with Fund Loop, and then we'll after you guys all voted on these ones, then we'll look back at Allo IRL and see who won, and then we'll see if we can get a poll. Oh, actually, is Matt on here? Matt, would you mind helping with a POAP if possible, or AFL? All right, let's get right into it. Demo day. So the first one is going to be Qubit. I'll do that one. Qubit is something that I've been working on for a long time. Started out by not seeing something in the marketplace 2 years ago and wishing that it was in the marketplace. There was Gitcoin Passport, but it didn't really fill my needs. So I wanted to create something different. So I created a Qubit, which is kind of like what Gitcoin Passport, but different. How is it different? It doesn't start with a MetaMask account. So in Gitcoin Passport, you have to, as all of us in Web3 know, you start with a MetaMask, you create a wallet and an account and save your private key and your passphrase, and then, only then can you go in and actually do something on Passport or any other app. And that's going to be a theme today, that the UX in Web3 with having to start with a wallet, not really ideal. So this one starts with a social login, and then you can add multiple accounts, Web3 accounts, multiple other social accounts as well. So very similar to Gitcoin Passport. These have stamps, and these are the ones that I've verified for myself. I can add more. So we got WorldCoin and Forecaster, and you can even bring in your Gitcoin Passport score and Instagram and phone numbers and all these kinds of stamps. It's also different in that it's more of a developer toolkit than anything else. So it's API based and SDK based. So where Gitcoin Passport is more like NFT, you mint a Solbond token on chain. And that's how many DAOs interact with it. This is API first. So if you're a developer, you go in and you import a couple of lines of code with the SDK, and then essentially you won't see all of this. Like what you'll see is a little box that says verify with Qubit, and it'll pop up with a user interface that just allows people to verify with the 1 or 2 or 3 stamps that you might require, nothing else. So this whole massive collection of stamps has been abstracted away in Qubit. So using this for a number of other projects that we'll be talking about today. This is live. You can absolutely go ahead and check it out if you want. There's docs for if you're a developer, but we're not going to focus too much more on it today because it's not a user-facing app. It is a developer-facing SDK. So that's the first one. And I'm going to hand over to Lisan. You get 5 minutes to talk about Sacred. You want to share your screen?
All right. Yes, sir. All right. So I will share the screen right now. But yeah. No, Kaz, if you don't mind closing this one so I can present. Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, guys, thanks for inviting me to this stage. So I have 5 minutes to show off what Sacred is. So Sacred is essentially a user-facing extension. Sacred Protocol is a user-facing extension where users, or rather people in crypto, can reward each other tips on social media. It's an omni social media platform, which means that posts can be rewarded wherever they are. So just to see, just so that you guys see what I'm talking about, this is the Greenpill network page. And let's say I really like how this post, how this event went. So I'm gonna go to the post, go open up my extension. I have the post over here. I want to say that this is really great. I'm going to give around that's a lot of soul. $3 enough for a coffee, and then tip this. Oh, I need minimum 3.08 soul. 0.8 soul. I don't know why Oh yeah, yeah. There we go. Send that tip. Oh well, it's supposed to work, but the idea is that I can send a tip to the user on this on this post itself, and or I can put that post on. Yeah, the demo gods are the worst right now. Like just gonna, yeah, there we go. So that's on this browser right now. But yeah, the whole idea is that you can tip content anywhere on Twitter. You don't need the recipient to have crypto, and you don't need their address. You can just tip them right away. So yes, apologies for the breakdown there, but it's supposed to tip that post directly. In the pending history over here, you could see previous tips that took place. We're also running a Twitter meme campaign where we've been like rewarding people making memes on for Sacred Protocol. And yeah, the whole idea is we want to abstract away the complexity of using wallets, right? By having the social account be on top first. We want to have contributors connect with the community wherever they are. You don't need to stay in one social platform. And then, yeah, one of the key things that we want to emphasize is that it's regen, right? It connects community members, contributors who are working in regen groups with communities directly, right? And interact with them and work with them and reward each other on posts. Tipping not only is a sign of appreciation, but it's also curation as well. And then something that we're working on is that the tips will be essentially oh, I also want to say that if you made a mistake on Sacred, you can revoke the tip and then redo it. And then the future version of Sacred is that we want the tips to be on a decay curve. What that means is if the funds are deposited or tipped to an account, but they're inactive wallets, we don't want the tokens or the crypto to be stuck on that inactive wallet. Slowly over time, it'll just bleed back into the protocol, where the protocol will then give those unused assets and retip it to new content that it finds really well deserving. And communities can manage their own bots to curate good content. And yeah, that's how we're really like recycling funds and recycling opportunities for contributors to make good work in the space. Right now we're on Solana, but the intent is to build this on, or rather have different tokens be tippable. I'm over time, so I'll stop there.
All right, thank you. Antoine, are you on? I hope you are. I can't really see you on the guest list. If he's not on, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Antoine, if you're on, then interrupt me, please. Let's see if we can do this. Where is Tcoin, the next one? Tcoin is a new community currency that we are experimenting with. Why community currencies? Because community currencies are awesome. The promise of Bitcoin and the promise of crypto never really got implemented, or we haven't really seen it as money yet. So we want to make it into local money, and we've been thinking a lot about what makes a better money. So one is that it should be easy to use the UX. So this one has a UX where you just sign up and we give you a wallet. So there's an embedded wallet when you sign up, and we'll we'll be able to show that to you as well. But it's built with what I showed before, Qubit. It's an embedded. It uses WebAuthn and the FIDO2 standard, which is the same as passcodes use. So it's secured by our biometrics on your phone. It's a phone first. I'm showing it on a laptop right now, but it's on a phone first UX. So it's secured by your biometrics, your fingerprint or face scan, if you will. We take the account and we split up the private key into 3 parts. We give one to the app, we give one to the user device, and we save one securely as backup. So there's no need for users to save seed phrase or anything. So that's one thing. The other thing we're doing with Tcoin is that we're trying to build a better money that is flat in value. And what's the best way of making it flat in value? It's to peg it to something that's not fiat dollar. So we have something local in Toronto that is our transit. And when the transit first came out, it cost 7 cents for a ticket. And then the price has gone up, and now you can buy it for $3.35 per ticket, which is not to say that the value of a transit ride or one-way single ticket has increased. It's just to say that the dollar has plunged in value, right? So if we were to peg this money to something very, very local, that's the transit ticket that everyone knows, we're very proud of our TTC transit, then that's something hopefully that will stay more stable in value than the Canadian dollar. How do we achieve that? With demurrage from the Silvio Gesell in Germany and Argentina. Negative interest rate, I guess, is a different word that we can use. So when you have Toronto coin in your wallet, it will demurrage. It'll lose its value. So you'll see a balance. I don't have balance on this particular wallet, but if you start with 10 today, you might have 9.99 in a week's time. So it'll go down with a percentage per second, actually. And the third thing that's different with Tcoin is that it's pegged. Sorry, we're charging 3%, just like credit cards do, or some percentage. We might be lower than 3%, but there will be a transaction fee. And instead of that 3% going to credit cards, like most other transactions do today, it will go to the charity of your choice. So when you sign up, you'll sign up and you'll get the default charity, but you can change your charity. So we'll have a couple of different charities here that you can change. So if I was to say that I wanted everything to go to the Terry Fox Foundation, which is a real charity in Toronto, then that's my default charity. And from now on, every transaction that I make will send that percentage, the 3%, to that foundation. So we think that's a better way of capturing the transaction fee that's already baked into the price. Like every store already has 3% baked into the price. When you buy something at the grocery store for $100, the grocer don't get $100; they get 97 because 3% is taken away already. So it's already baked into the price. So we'll capture that and we'll send that to something useful instead of sending it to credit cards. So we think that's going to be a cool little thing that we can implement. We've been working on the UI here. We're currently working on the smart contracts. We're building in. We've got a lot of smart contracts already built. That's sort of assuming that we've got we have Canadian dollars in the reserve, but now I'm trying to change the principle so that we're using much more from the Sarafa network in Kenya that uses commitment pooling. That's what we want to build into the smart contracts, which is a better way of backing the community currency than putting Canadian dollars into the reserve. So that's that. That is Toronto coin. We're building that. I'm going to go real quick on the other one, which is Spare Change. That is a project where we want to use Toronto coin or any other crypto really, but we don't have a Canadian dollars denominated stablecoin, so we don't really have anything that we can use at this point. So Toronto coin might be the one that we use here, but the principle of Spare Change is you sign up for an account, you buy the coins, and then you donate it. there's a QR code which we'll partner up with shelters. So in the morning, the shelter manager will hand out QR codes to all the panhandlers on the street, which they will bring and they will display prominently when they're panhandling. And now you can donate to them with Toronto Coin, just with by using a crypto and a QR code. So people don't really need to know that it's a crypto, but it's just a QR code. They buy Toronto Coin with regular credit cards. They send it with a QR code to the panhandler. And at the end of the day or end of the week, the shelter manager will pay out that money. They'll harvest it from the blockchain and pay it out to the panhandler. And the problem that it solves is that today I don't have coins in my pocket anymore. I don't have spare change in my pocket, so I have stopped donating to panhandlers, which makes life a lot more harsh for them. And I want to, as much as I want to keep donating, I can't. So that's the problem that one's solving. That's T-Coin, and that's spare change. So enough of me. Let's go to Marvin. You want to share your screen, Marvin, or you want to just talk about your podcast?
Hi, folks. Thanks so much for having me. Thanks, Kaz. And yeah, so I'm Marv. I'm a crypto marketer. I've been in the industry for a while, but full-time as a professional for a few years now. And I've moved to Canada fairly recently, and as part of me moving here to try and meet more people, get involved in the industry, I decided to finally get involved in the podcasting world. I enjoy meeting founders, talking about ideas, and two of the speakers you've heard from so far today have already been guests on my podcast. I find the Greenpill Network's a very fertile ground for folks who have ideas that kind of align with what I want for the podcast. It's called Is This the New Internet? And it's intentionally broad because the new internet could mean a lot of things for a lot of people, because we all have a different idea of what's wrong with the internet. So I want to talk to founders, builders, creators, users, just people in general whose lives revolve in some way around the internet. And they're focusing their attention on actually making this part better. Like, it could be a small, little, tiny part of it, but the goal here is to be mobilizing technology to make life more productive, more human, and just to increase our ability to connect, collaborate, and do stuff together. So thanks for bringing up the link. So I initially started posting these on Pods Media. Pods is a Web3-based podcasting platform. On this, you can listen. There's a pretty great player on there. I upload all my episodes ad-free. And so you can listen there ad-free. Even in the future, should I add ads, I'll keep them ad-free on Pods. So people who support me through mints and listens on here can always enjoy it in that way. And yeah, I'm trying to increase my footprint on social media. Episode 10 just dropped this morning. So this one is with a friend of the Greenpill Network, Roger Sader. So yeah, if anyone on here, I'm looking forward to listening to the rest of your presentations. If anyone would like to get in touch and get on the podcast as well, I'd love to have you on. Taking a bit of a hiatus now for a few weeks. So I think this is a great time for us to meet, chat, and see if we vibe. And yeah, if you would like to get involved, please let me know. I'm always available. Let's keep this short and sweet. Looking forward to the rest of your presentations, folks. Thanks a lot for having me.
Thanks for coming, and thanks for all the good stuff you're doing. An added benefit to everyone to go to this link that I'm showing right now. So if you scroll down and look at episode 9, you'll see me doxed. So that's always a little extra spice right there. I'm not going to say more than that. But we had a lot of fun on that episode 9, and I haven't listened to episode 10 yet. It dropped this morning. That'll be what I'll do this afternoon. All right, Sal, are you on? If you are, grab the mic. Anyone see Sal in the guest list? No. All right. We might have to come back to Sal. So while waiting, I will go to the next one. Do I have that here loaded up somewhere? No, we'll do a new tab. Chain crew.
I'm happy to go.
Oh, yeah. Go.
Okay, sure. Second.
Want to introduce yourself and grab the screen?
Yes, certainly. Hi, guys. My name is Nathan Odote. I am one of the co-founders of MetaFunly. I'm just sharing the screen now. You guys feel free to let me know. You can see. Okay. Many of you are from the Greenpill Network, so already know what MetaFunly is all about. But I'm excited to just kind of fly through some of what we're doing. So, quick question. I'm sure all of us have donated to a charity before. But have you ever donated to a charity and wondered how much of that money actually went to impact, or what the impact was from that charity? We all have charities that are close to our heart. Well, if you ever had a question about that, MetaFunly is solving that by creating a impact score for charities and then putting that on chain. Now, our actual product is actually going to be very much like GoFundMe. So it's a platform to match great charities that are proving their impact based on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and then match them with corporations willing to support their great impact. But of course, we want to connect charities to the oncoming public goods funding ecosystem and now allow them to enable them to become Web3 and then certify that impact in accordance with global standards so that we can accelerate global sustainability. So just briefly, of course, we know that our world is in peril, and that's really why Greenpill is so significant. And even based on these global unilateral standards, they're only 15% of meaning to those goals. But already real world charities are, 95% of those secular charities are actually aligning with the sustainable future. So let's help them connect to the Web3 ecosystem and the public goods funding. So of course, causes need more funding, but really we know that corporations have a lot of capital. So we need corporations and to incentivize corporations to support these charities. And of course, there are new mandates coming up in the EU called Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directives. So what MetaFunly does is we gamify giving by giving corporations a value add in terms of how they can be more sustainable, and then celebrating those corporations who are donating to charities that are proving that impact, and then putting that immutably on chain through hypercerts. So we meant hypercerts for the charitable impact. So essentially, we empower causes for a sustainable future. The next thing that we're going to do, since we're all about gamifying the capital transfer of wealth and capital towards sustainable initiatives, is creating a dApp on Celo that will allow for global transactions or global donations of proceeds towards sustainable development buckets, and then allowing those donors to be able to gain a rebate to purchase climate credits, tokenized climate credits on platforms such as ClimateDAO or Toucan, and that way furthering sustainability in that regard. So, we are currently in market. Just to kind of showcase what our platform kind of looks like. Let's say a charity wants to come on board. They can onboard fairly simply by putting in some of their cause information. Let's say putting in a campaign date, which would kind of staggered maybe towards the end of the, generally speaking, towards the end of the year. They put in some project details. For example, support patients in need. And then they select one of the sustainable development goals. And let's say if they're supporting in need, let's say good health and well-being, we kind of confirm that. And then on the back end process, we kind of do some work to, we have an admin to basically kind of approve the charity there. Just to show what our donation widget kind of looks like. So we've just been working on this. We had I guess a Web3 proceed partner, but we're kind of switching that to a really great, I guess, a payment processing partner for Web3, so that, let's say, for example, if someone wants to donate in ETH, for example, they can just put what that is in Canada, and it kind of translates that depending on what they're looking to donate to. And what is exciting about our new proceed partner is we'll be able to take any donations or proceeds that come in on crypto donations, and then be able to make sure that the remittance or the settlement goes to the charities in fiat. So we are the two-way kind of fiat to crypto rails, and that's about it. So we're excited to grow and excited to support a sustainable future using Web3 technologies.
Thanks, bud. Good stuff. You're doing amazing. Irfan, you want to go on with the snooze up? Are you ready?
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let me share my screen.
So you'll notice, guys, that we're presenting a ton of stuff here. All of the presenters are part of the weekly Greenpill call. Join in. We talk about big ideas. We help each other. So not all of these things are, Greenpill branded, but they're definitely things that are happening in the Greenpill network in Toronto. And Irfan is one of our regulars. He's built Snooze Up. So here you go.
Thank you so much. Sorry for my voice. I've been sick and I lost my voice. Barely recovered, but yeah, let's do it. So Snooze Up. What we're doing at the Snooze Up is to incentivize people for having a healthier lifestyle. The problem that we're trying to solve is the fact that there is no immediate joy or reward for living healthy. Everyone knows that in a long run, living healthy is good for them, but there is no immediate joy. That's why when you have the dilemma of, I don't know, choosing a pizza and salad, you'll normally go for the pizza because that's a delicious one, although you know the salad is better for you. Our solution is to incentivize the healthy lifestyle financially and building a mechanism that does that. So we built the Snooze Up to do that. And the way it works, it's a subscription-based app that the users pay the subscription, join the prize pool. All the subscription payments gets accumulated into the prize pool, and we give the user a set of healthy challenges focusing on a sleep cycle and physical activity during the day. Those users who follow these challenges for the duration of the week, at the end of the week, that prize pool is going to get divided between them. So technically, what we're doing is that we redistribute the subscription payments to those users who follow the healthy challenges. We only take 10%, so 90% goes back to the users. The application is live. Right now, we have 4 different prize pools. Chronos, CRO on Chronos, Ethereum on Mainnet, USDC on Base, and USDT on Binance Chain. The market size, it's a huge market, 158 billion potential fitness app market with a CAGR of 28%. Our go-to-market strategy is through influencer marketing, partnerships, and wellness events. The project revenue is not related to here, and this is a video that you can watch on YouTube that shows how the application works. For the purpose of the timing here, I'm not gonna play that. It's a few minutes. Competition and competitive advantage. So there are other wellness applications, Web3 wellness applications in the market. One of the most famous one is Stewards for the sleeping, and for the activity is a step-in. There are others like Moonwalk, Sweatcoin, and a few others. They all have one issue, and that's incentivizing their users with their own token or NFT. So the more tokens, the more users they get, the more tokens they have to release, and the more inflated the token is gonna get, and the price of token gonna drop. So after a while, it's not gonna be as incentivized as it was at the first day. However, for us, it's not gonna be like that, because when, for example, sorry about that. So when, for example, someone subscribes with USDC, they're gonna get rewarded in the same currency that they subscribe as USDC. So we're not gonna inflate any tokens or NFTs. This is a team very scattered all over the world. It's a timeline, so we've been ahead of our roadmap so far, and we're looking for partnerships right now with fitness wearables. One of the first ones that I'm talking to is Kudis on Solana, although we're not on Solana. Yeah, that's one of the first ones that we're talking to, and probably by next year we're gonna introduce the corporate groups.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Good stuff. Get rewarded for taking care of your health and sleeping properly. Get back to sharing. There you go. So that was Snooze Up. I've got a little live thing here. You're live, right? Yeah, I've got your app on my phone, so I assume that you're live. But you got a big roadmap. You're building more stuff, so it's going to be.
Yes, we're live. We've been live since March.
Yeah.
So it's been almost 2 months, and we're accepting users. So yeah, download the app, come on board, get rewarded.
Get onto the App Store. Get Snooze Up.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. I've been trying to get hold of Sal. He doesn't seem to be on, so I'm just going to move on here to next one being Chain Crew.
Quick interruption, Kaz. I had my hand raised. You probably didn't see it. Drop in the link for the unlock NFT. So it's going to basically ask you to register for the event, but basically that's you claiming the NFT for this event. So just go ahead and click that link I just dropped in the chat to claim your NFT for the demo day.
Right on. Doing unlock instead of POAP. I like it. Unlock is cool. Yeah. If you guys ever want to run an event where you want to have people actually show up, you can create an unlock event, and you can say that you have to stake $5 or $10 or whatever, which they will get back if they come. If they don't come, they don't get it back. And actually, if they don't come, then it goes back into a communal pool. And as an admin of a unlock, you can decide to distribute that money back to the users that do come, or you can divert it to charity or yourself. So that's a really cool project. Let's see, here we go. Next one, Chain Crew. Chain Crew started with the idea that I've been building so many DAOs in the last little bit. I built a massive DAO with $25 million for Near, a DAO of DAOs, where multiple DAOs interacted, and there was a parent, three parent DAOs that sort of with balance of power and stuff. So you can do so many cool things with the DAO, but there's one gap in the market, and that is that all DAOs have crypto and crypto only, which makes it really hard for normies to get exposed to the fantastic invention that is a DAO. So Chain Crew is a DAO with dollars. It's live as an MVP. So with all the other ones, there some of them are live, some are just ideas that we're working on. But Chain Crew is an MVP. So if you want to try it, you can try it. It might glitch, but it's definitely out there. So give it a try if you want. It empowers communities. It's like a Facebook group with money, or it's like a combination of Luma meets GoFundMe meets Patreon kind of thing. Everything in one box. So it integrates with lots of tools. I'll show what it looks like if you want to just take a look. It looks like this. So there's crews. I call them crews instead of DAOs, because DAOs have been, you want to have crypto in your DAO, but this is with dollars instead. So I call them crews. Greenpill TO is one of the first DAOs in here. My daughter runs, I shouldn't dogs people. Someone runs a robotics team and has members and fundraises with this one. So you can join a crew if the crew allows you to join publicly, or you can just click on one and sort of see what it does. So Greenpill Toronto, you could join. I got a current membership here, and then you can see the other members who are in there. You can see the events, the fundraisers, what the status of the fundraisers. So as you can see right now, it's a little glitchy, so it's not perfect, but it's a fun little thing, and you can start your own DAO. You can experiment with it. If you give me feedback, I'd love feedback on this one. How can we help? How can we make it better? And so you can browse crews that are public. Crews can choose to not be public. I've got one that is called Toronto DAO. They're not in the list because they're not public here, but they're whitelisted. So if I go to members.tdao.to, this is how it started actually, because I'm an active member in Toronto DAO. And we had a session a couple of months ago, close to a year ago, where we decided that we wanted a membership app. So I started building a membership app for Toronto DAO, and this is it. And then we said, wouldn't it be cool if anyone could spin up a park DAO and clean up my park DAO, or street fest on my street DAO? Or whatever DAO you want inside of Toronto, and that's how Chain Crew started. So we started with our own little membership. You can apply for a free membership. The cool thing we're doing here is that we're geolocating, so anyone can join Toronto DAO if you are in Toronto, and we have a 2 out of 3 check. One of them is your phone area code. Does your phone belong to one of the whitelisted area codes? The other one is, where's your address? The third one is, where's your computer? So if 2 out of 3 are in Toronto, then you can mint a free membership, and we mint a little NFT as a membership. So that's how it started, and then it expanded into becoming Chain Crew, of which Toronto DAO is a whitelisted one. So you had the option of creating a crew, a public crew like these ones are, or you could whitelist your own crew and get your own website. So a cool little experiment. The main difference to all the other DAOs is that we use Canadian dollars, and soon we'll expand to US dollars. As soon as I get a license to do that in the US, and then I'll expand to Europe and do European Euro when I get a license to do that as well. So this is actually a money service business. I got a money service business license in Canada to do this, which was not easy to get, and I hate to do that being in Web3, but I wanted to use Web3 principles and make that available to as many as possible in the world. And also, when you put money onto Chain Crew, it's free. When you move money on Chain Crew, it's free, and we take a fraction of a % when you move money off. That's the only time we take money. So it's free to move your money around. So that's Chain Crew. Very proud of that. Next one is Smart Trust. Lear, are you here? Can you grab the mic?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm going to share the idea, Smart Trust. And if I could get hold of my presentation, just a second. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna do this. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yeah, we got it.
All right. All right. So, so let me ask you before I start, and let me start the clock. Before I start, has anybody here done work that hasn't been paid for? If you could maybe type a 1 in your chat box and so forth. Somebody, Anastasia says all the time. And yes, okay, so I'm glad. All right, so this is exactly, so some time ago, perfect. All right, this is fantastic. So some time ago, I experienced, oh my gosh, man, it's a lot of people. I experienced, I lost lots of money actually, because somebody promised me money. It was a contractual agreement, and then when I looked into it, 111, yeah, when I looked into it, that it's too much to chase in lawyers, police, et cetera, et cetera. So I got really angry about it, right? And so I wanted to create something that it's like, how can I enable, or how can I take the principles of Web3 blockchain technology so this doesn't happen anymore? So the concept itself is not necessarily new, but the way I'm packaging it is such as that it would allow me as a freelancer a guaranteed way to actually receive the money upon the completion of work, right? So let's say, so the problem using the business language, or the problem that I'm addressing, is the non-paying providers, right, or scammers, which leads to users experience extensive financial loss of income, time, and effort, right? And what happens is that frustration, the anger, the time loss, it's there, right? Whether you lose 1 cent or 10 cents or $1 million or $10,000, it's still a lot of money, right? So something is interesting that I found the study is that says that PayPal studies 58% of the freelancers report having worked with clients who failed to pay, right? A little bit more research. By 2027, half of the U.S. workforce will be freelance. Of course, maybe it's not all that, but still, that's what some projections are. So let me go to here. So basically what happens is you lock in the money, all right? So I'm the payer, right? And then I locked the $10,000, right? And then you as a freelancer work, right? You deliver the work, and on both sides, on both ends, what we do is we press, okay, you have delivered the work, I'm happy, and the money automatically delivers from this escrow account all the way to you. So before you start the work, right, the idea is the money is there. So you know that the money has been locked, the money is ready to go, and boom, right there. So it gives you the guarantee that the money is there. It gives you the peace of mind, and all you have to do is just do the work. So that's it, right? So there's no, so what makes us different between PayPal and Upwork and so forth? Well, obviously, we're not a platform for job placement, but both parties enter in the agreement and they are locked into, all right, into somebody delivering the work and somebody delivering money. And it's not controlled by anyone until both parties agree. An adjudicator will come in the middle if needed to resolve any disputes. And that's the idea. We're going to be using smart contracts, of course, but the way we're packaging it again is going to be very, very simple. We're starting with a crypto, then moving on to fiat and so on. Okay. So that's what where I'm working right now. So we have a $10,000 grant, and we're currently building the MVP, hopefully finishing it pretty soon, so that we can demo it hopefully sometime in May. And one thing I'd like to ask you guys, and I'm going to stop presenting here. That's all. So if you guys need to get hold of me, you can use the link and or Telegram, or I'm posting a lot on X, Smart Trust X, and I'll do that. I'll send it to you. One thing that I like to do, I have two things. One is I have a survey I'm actually running. And the survey is basically a way for me to collect data, because there is we're collecting data to show potential investors that, hey, this is actually demanded by users, right? So and if you fill that out, you're going to be entered into a draw to win $50. All right. So and it's really, really quick. So I really appreciate your help on that. And the other help I need, or it's not really help, but if you really want to talk more to me about this, you can use this form. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to you, because I'm also doing some more research. So feel free to put your name and I'll reach out to you. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment here, and I'll message you back. Thank you.
Thanks, Bud. That's awesome. Smart Trust.
And
yeah.
And also thank you to Noah, because this also has helped me a lot with understanding the technical aspects of this as well as part of the Greenpill. So thank you.
Hey, that's what Greenpill's all about, and build cool things and ship cool things and help each other out. So very happy to help with the smart contract aspects of smart trust. Thank you, Lear. We did meta fund, didn't we? So I want to be cognizant of time. We're at the top of the hour. I'm happy to keep going. I actually think I will go in for those that can stay. But just to do a little quick thing here, the real-time dashboard. John, I don't know if there's something going on here. I can't see which one is first, second, third, whatever. But
You try Command minus like once or twice. It should fit a little better.
Command minus. Let's see. Yeah,
Maybe a few more times.
I will do this instead.
They're the most projects we've had on the dashboard. I love it.
There we go. All right.
Whoa.
Whoa, Sacred's on top. Wow, good job, Lisan. Everyone, join the link, click the link in the comments, and get an account, vote. This is just a cool little experiment we're running to see if we can use this protocol when we do an actual IRL event for the next consensus week that's coming up in Toronto. They don't have a regen stage, so we got to fix that problem. We're building a regen stage in Toronto for that week as a side event, and we're thinking of using Allo IRL for that event. So this is our dry run, if you will, for that. So thanks for everyone that's been voting. Keep voting. We'll keep it open for a bit, and I will try and wrap up with the last little bit here if you want to hang on. Fund Loop, which is my new little project that I'm trying to kick off the ground, that sort of brings everything together. I started with Web3 as for universal basic income. I happen to believe that that's what's going to save the world. I joined Good Dollar and learned a lot about how to build UBI projects. I wanted to disseminate that everywhere, have UBI everywhere. Every chain should have at least one UBI. I think every project should have a UBI protocol or be part of one. So that's why I started building the first tool that I showed, the Qubit identity tool for normies. And this fund loop brings it all together as a network state or a virtual network state for mutual prosperity. You can join as a project, and the whole premise is that you sign a covenant that you're going to pledge to contribute 1% of your revenue or some percentage of your revenue. I'm going to do this with all of my companies, and I hope that you guys will join with your companies as well. What we'll do is we'll sort of circulate. I wrote a proposal for this for the Allo Capital team. Looks like this. There's one central aspect of it that's called activity sum. So we don't want projects to know from one project to another what users are doing. So we don't want them to compare my project's users versus your project's user, and that's a privacy invasion. But we can solve that with ZK now. Actually, it's a combination of ZK and trusted execution environments. We can solve that. So ZK Activity Sum is one of the projects that I'm proposing as a grant for Allo Capital. What it'll do is we'll have projects, and they'll have people that are maybe paying fees or memberships or whatnot. They'll have revenues elsewhere. They'll send 99% of their revenues into their regular work, but they'll funnel 1% of the revenues or some percentage of their revenues to the communal fund loop treasury. And the treasury will also get information from all the projects about who the users of the projects are. And the ZK Activities proposal will then act in a ZK trusted and execution environment and send distribution. Like, these are the people that are active across more than one project. So that's like the only thing that you have to do is to be active in 2 or more projects. And then you'll be eligible to receive some part of the citizen salary. And then you'll need So you need to be an active user, which is what this little ZK thing does, and then you have to be a verified human, which is what Qubit does. So that's the loop of fund loop that you get your citizen salary back to people from projects, and no one single project have to manage their own UBI or citizen salary project. So we're helping with that, and what it does for project. Why would projects do this? Well, it's actually user acquisition, right? So every project that I know of that is suffering from the cold start problem. How do I fund and find more users? It's very costly to run marketing and whatnot. But if another project has users as well, we could collaborate, and your users could become my users could become your users if we incentivize collaboration between users and collaboration between projects. So the only thing you have to do as a project here is you have to send your user list into the ZK engine, and then you have to send some percentage of your revenue to FundLoop, and then FundLoop will merge all of those funds and pay them out to people. So benefits for people, obvious, you get citizen salary. Benefit to projects, you get more users. So I think that's all of my visions coming into full circle with this project. I'm super excited about it. This is all an idea right now. It's not sharp data or anything. Let's see if I can click on stuff here though. So yeah, it's glitchy. Yeah, it's glitchy. I'm not going to click around, but it's hopefully going to come into life in the next couple of months. This is what I'm working on right now, and I'm really hoping that I can get this off the ground, because that would be a beautiful thing to end all of my projects with, or to have them come full circle. So that is a wrap, I think. That's a wrap. Give a last little look at this leaderboard dashboard. Oh, we got some more users, got some more votes. Yay. Marv, you haven't voted yet. Maybe I need to. Do I need to refresh it? It shouldn't. It's live. Yeah. Every time anyone makes a vote, you'll get all of these little things come up on the screen. Yay! Look at that.
So I believe that's 0 credit means they've spent all their credits.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Marv is actually good.
Yeah.
Alvin, you have 20 credits more to spend. Lisan, you have 13 more to spend.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll stay here for questions if you guys have questions, but that's the end of today's show. Apologies again for the clumsy intro, but we got it all off, and we went through all projects but one, I believe.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Right on.
Incredible.
Questions, anyone? Questions? Did you like this? Was this a valuable exercise? Should we do this for other Greenpills as well? Greenpill chapters?
This voting and then distributing I guess the fund is actually a really cool idea. Is this can other projects like utilize this library that allows like for voting and distribution of funds here?
That's a question for John.
Yeah, so we're kind of in a phase of trying to make this a little more self-serve, but please feel free to reach out to me on Telegram. We're trying to get this into more events' hands, so let's definitely chat. It's still a little rocky though, as you can see. We're still kind of in the process of building it.
Yeah, but it gets someone from A to B. So even despite all the small UI bugs, it works. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, John, I'd love to chat when you have some time. I think one of the things that I'd love to see in the LRL is like translations, so it could be used across more locations.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we've definitely heard that before too, and I'd love to put that on the feature set.
So,
yeah, man, and I really think this could be like, an a tool that we could implement for all demo days, maybe. Like we can offer this as an option. Oh, do you want to run allo URL budget? Like this could be already a way to get signaling and distribute some funds, maybe. But because some projects they probably don't have, they won't have something to get signal yet. But some projects, some nodes, sorry, some chapters would have like Toronto, which has a man. I thought it is awesome, guys. All the group, thanks for sharing the work you guys are doing. I'm really amazed, really, like how all these things connect, and how these demo days can be, yeah, amazed by the potential of these demo days. I think there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I know not every chapter is focused on building stuff, but you know, my point of view, if you're not shipping, you know, get off localhost, start shipping. It glitches a little bit, but that's at least you're getting feedback, and this is part of it. So half of the projects you saw here today are still glitchy, and I was like a little nervous, like, should I really start broadcasting these? But I do want you guys to try it out. I want you to see them and see what we're building. And it's an open invitation as well, right? So what we're doing is we're building in the open and building collaborativity. So if any of these projects pique your interest, like I want to be part of the team, I would love if the outcome of today was that I got one more team member or more than one team members would be even better. For any of these projects, or you know, if any of the other presenters got more team members, that'd be amazing. So we're looking for more collaboration, more feedback, test it out, give feedback, or even better yet, join the teams.
Yeah, and no, and another thing is like if people want to come back to update on the project, I think you know that'd be great, right? So it's like where we are, right? If it's something new or something that is like a major change, that could be great to kind of learn how the project had progressed. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, this was really awesome. Thanks everybody for presenting. Yeah, thanks Kaz. Yeah, I remember a conversation we had a while back talking about kind of like taking an RNDAO-esque type structure and kind of, you know, not necessarily forking it, but like, you know, setting something up that's a bit more, has lower barrier to entry. And yeah, I mean, I think what you're doing with the Toronto chapter is really great. And I was actually thinking about trying to kind of do something similar within the New York City chapter. So yeah, definitely want to jam. If you have any documentation, also, you know, we'll tie it into the Refi Greenpill playbook that we've been talking about for a while too. But yeah, this was really awesome. And the Allo IRL is so dope.
Yeah, it really is. It's cool. Yeah, we're not nowhere near as formal as this RNDAO. This is very sporadic and loose. This is more like just join the party kind of vibes, but we are helping each other out and whatnot. So if it gets formalized into something more structured, that'd be great outcome as well. But we'll see. We'll see.
Was it really just like get everybody in a room together and just start, you know, talking about your projects and getting feedback from people, and they kind of took root from there? Or what would do you have like a recommendation for how to go from 0 to 1? Or
Oh, I started Greenpill because I was building alone, and it gets lonely. So I wanted to find a community, and there was no community in Toronto. They're all pump and dumpers and price action. Some are serious DeFi people, but you know that doesn't pique my interest at all. So I just wanted to create my own. So that's why I went to Greenpill. I asked Kevin, you know, I want to start a Toronto chapter. I got introduced to Izzy and Afo, and just started a chapter, and then I put it out there. You know, every week I blast into every single one of the other crypto communities in Toronto, hey, we're meeting up 11 a.m. every Monday. 10:45 every Monday. I just blast out. So come join us if you're building blockchain for good. Come join us. And everyone that you've seen on the screen today are the people that rose to the challenge and started calling in on Mondays at 11, or meet up in real life on Wednesdays, Wednesday afternoons. We started doing that as well. Got a real good community going. Anyone else?
Kaz, a quick question in terms of, so this approach is great, in my understanding, for building software and adding to the Web3 a library of code and usable applications. Does Greenpill Toronto also do on-the-ground work with panhandlers, with social impact, environmental health, protection, and things like that? Just want to get a sense of, because with Greenpill Cape Town, we're starting something similar and want to learn from the best. You seem like you've got this down pat. So I want to get some insights there, please.
Yeah, so I'm probably not the right guy to talk to. I like to sit in my basement and hack, which isn't the best way of building massive communities. I take the approach, build it and they will come. So if you ever start doing that and building an actual community that gets out there and start working, come back and tell us about that. I know that there are a lot of other people on this call, it's on my screen, doing a lot more out there in the community. I don't know, do you want to come up and answer that question? Because that's not something that I'm doing, unfortunately, just yet. I want to start it, so.
Yeah, good question. Not specifically the panhandler stuff, but yeah, there's we're trying to do. I'm in London, just down the road. Well, down the 401, 2 hours from Toronto, and we are just trying to sense into what we might be able to do locally and have real on the ground impacts. I love this seeing this Allo IRL in action. I think it's got some major possibilities for shaking up just awareness, but also engagement and participation, and how funds are allocated, distributed locally. Working. I have done work with unhoused populations here, not directly, but through some friends, partners. It is complex. That world, very, very complex. Definitely curious to see what we might be able to do with that. But there's also things, and you hinted at commitment pooling earlier, Kaz. I think there's some potential that has real potential locally as well. So there's a bunch of different things. I don't directly answer your question, but yeah, I think there's going to be some people that are more coders, some people that are more ideators, some people that are more like on the ground, get things done people. So we might not all be in the same localities, but the beauty of having these networks is that we can come up with ideas in one place, develop them in another, and then maybe put them into an action in a third place. So yeah, I don't know Toronto well enough to know about and how we would even go about a project like that. I just really don't. I'm just even in London, it would definitely not be straightforward. But maybe in somewhere else, in another country where someone in the Greenpill network or aligned with it has those relationships or has done that work in the past, it might be a more suitable use case.
Yeah.
So
I just had this idea of how it could be done. Sorry, Koi. I just have an idea about how it could be done, and I keep talking about it. Whenever I'm on a stage like this, I just mention it, and I hope that someone will come in and say that they want to help. And I actually have 2 people that have recently stood up and said they want to help with the Spare Change project. So that might start flying. Who knows? But if you actually want to see anyone that has done anything on that, I think the best example I know of is Will Roddick. I could get you guys connected. He's building real strong communities down in Kenya, and he's got on the ground experience on doing that. I'll hit me up and I'll connect you guys. Sorry, Koi, go ahead.
Yeah, just want to say that I'm a big fan of Wheel too. We want to experiment with commitment pools next month. And something that I want to highlight is how can chapters give their best on what they are best, like, and what they feel comfortable. And like, we have an example. You came to talk to me when you realized that I was doing the Region Rio de Janeiro round, and that like the person, the human proof was something that we were struggling because passport, a Gitcoin passport model, it has too much friction. So we would need to adapt our strategy to get like a trusted list of addresses, a list of trusted addresses, right? And I think when you presented to me like Qubit and all of that, I started to think, how can we like bridge this where we could already have a way to do it where we could just test your tool. Like this could be already an option. Like if you want to run around and you want human proof, you can use already this and provide feedback. Like this is already working, and Greenpill Brazil doesn't have yet like a system besides like the normal survey that we can do and manual validation. So this would be something that would leverage our work a lot.
Yeah, it's a primitive.
Just want to bring that because it is a primitive.
Yeah, it's a primitive that's needed, and you know, there was the prosperity passport on Cello that died, so that doesn't exist anymore. We need alternatives.
Wait,
you know,
the prosperity passport died? What do you mean?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong, but I tried to.
The previous one, the initial one was done, and then
the previous one. Okay, all right.
Okay.
And now they take the name to get another one, but I guess the smart contract never died. So just the UI that died.
So the UI died. Who's building the new UI then?
The ones that do super echo, like the look DAO and this kind of.
I love it. Is that live or is that coming?
Coming, not live yet. I mean, it's live on Optimism, on Superchain, like because there is not so much Superchain yet on Optimism, but they will do the same with Celo. And it's I mean, it's technically it's the safe passport. It's a deployment of safe passport they have done on Optimism, and now they do on Celo.
Cool.
I think it's going to deploy in the next 2 weeks. I'm thinking next week, but yeah, it's coming soon.
Cool. Good stuff. And that was my message. Like, we need alternatives. We need many alternatives. It's like I was with Good Dollar for a while, and they wanted to become the best UBI, which is natural. Everyone wants to do that, but my vision was you need to have many alternatives. You have to have UBI everywhere. Same thing with identity. We have to have identity online everywhere, and it's all we need to compete on making it better, more anonymous, more ZK identity. So we need to keep innovating. The solution is not having one; it's having many alternatives and making them increasingly better.
Yeah, but what is strange is that when you remove the UI and don't remove the smart contract, the project is considered dead. That's not really a good example of decentralization or lack of. And it was a granted project. So as soon as the grant stopped, the project seems the project stopped also. So. Yeah. That's I feel that's not a good example of how the grant should work.
Is the new passport going to build on the same smart contracts, or are they deploying new smart contracts?
I don't know. But I guess the smart contract may have some ownership. Yeah, could be even for this. Because I had for example, it was a bit weird also because it was using the .celo namespace, but you could get it freely for whatever years, how many years you wanted. So, and that was a partner of Good Dollar.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Good Dollar partner with it.
Yeah, for sure. Welcome, Bertrand. He's another superhero in the regen space. Good to see you again, bud.
Yeah, I mean, it's Koei who reminded me. I mean, I was thinking it was more limited to Toronto. That's why I didn't join it first. But then I'm glad I've joined it to see it. It's not. It's yeah, really inspiring for other chapters of Greenpill. Like that's what we discussed also with Koei. Is like all the different chapters of Greenpill could cooperate together also.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. We've got the Dev Guild, we got our little group here, and I think other chapters are building stuff as well. We gotta spread the goodness and start collaborating. The more collaboration we can get happen, the better. So that's why I'm saying, if any of this piqued anyone's interest, then just reach out and we'll get you connected. We'll get you into the team and whatever.
Yeah, I really like the idea of like doing a follow-up. Maybe after a period we will have a way to follow up, and also the idea of mapping out like some things we could already test and play, plug and test, give feedback on the from the user side. I would love to hack on Qubit, trying to create a protocol, a proof of human node or something, a profile for our members here. Like this is something I was discussing with Bert too. Like he was saying, "Oh man, there's some stuff we could do for the profile in Greenpill Brazil," and I would love to explore that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like this idea of if projects take off and they need user for testing and so forth. I'd love to have the help of the community here to, see what's going on and test it and give out the feedback. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Any more feedback? Let's do a check-in on the IRL. Smart Trust sailed up as the leader. Sacred Protocol number 2. MetaFundry number 3. Wow. Yeah, I got Chaincrow number 4 and Funloop number 5. Oh, this is cool. This is awesome. This is awesome. It doesn't mean much right now, but we're testing it out, and if we have a bigger crowd, the cool thing about IRL is we can have every project can have their own NFC tag, and you walk around, you talk to people, they tap the phone to your NFC tag, and they vote to you on your project.
Sweet.
So we haven't tried out all the functionality here. It was a little abbreviated with using hyperlinks instead, but same functionality.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And this is really encouraging to see that there's some, let's say, interest and kind of validates the idea. So thank you everybody for voting.
Yeah. All right, guys. This was, it turned out to be a really interesting little exercise. I'm really happy we did this. We have never done this before. I hope that we can do more of it. I liked it because I was center stage. Of course, I like it. But I liked everyone that participated, and thank you all for coming in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for presenting, and thank you for being regions and part of Greenpill.
You're amazing, Kaz.
Thanks, Kaz.
Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Kaz.
Okay.
Thank you, Kaz.
Bye, guys.
And if anybody wants to keep chatting, the community call is happening right now. So you can just hop on the Greenpill Discord.
Right on.
Oh, can we get the link here? So if anyone wants to hop in on the Discord server,
Go for it.
yeah, I can do.